Good evening. I'm Geraldine Steele, and I am honored to serve as your host for the 2021 Veep Virtual Gala. Tonight, we come together to celebrate and support the remarkable resiliency of Veep, their volunteers, and all those who participate in the programs and services Veep offers. Now, since we last gathered, the COVID pandemic has continued to challenge Veep at every turn as they seek to find innovative ways to provide healthy foods, household goods, and rental assistance to those who are desperately depending on Veep and count on these items in order to survive and hopefully thrive. And it is that relentless, never say never resiliency that serves as the inspiration of our gala theme: reimagine, rebuild, and reemerge. Tonight, we hear how Veep reimagined their service approach, how they were able to rebuild the day-to-day operations in order to best serve those with food insecurities, and how participants, their futures clouded with uncertainty, are now reemerging, fueled by their hope and our help. And this evening, it is that help we humbly seek as we ask you to consider a generous donation to Veep so that they can continue to fulfill their mission, creating pathways to stronger, more hopeful communities through access to healthy food, housing stability, and supportive services. So, let's get started, shall we? Our first stop, Veep headquarters, the heart of the operation and home of the Veep Food Pantry, where we'll check in with Advanced Director Carrie Thompson and a few members of the dedicated Veep volunteer staff. And with that, I'm gonna disappear, but don't worry, I promise I will reemerge.
Geraldine, hi.
Carrie, hope you don't mind me dropping in unexpectedly, but I know you have something important you want to share with our audience, right?
Yes, I do. Thank you so much. You know, the last 18 months, Geraldine, we've had to navigate the pandemic, put food on tables, and provide financial help to individuals and families at risk of losing everything. I'm so proud of our staff and volunteers who are able to adapt and pivot whenever necessary to get help to our community. Veep hired more staff than ever before to meet the need. Our volunteers never left our side, helping to pack and distribute food, and our community gave generously to help their neighbors. You know, Geraldine, one of my most memorable donations last year was a gentleman and his wife who gave $25. They felt so strongly about giving back to their community, and they were already on a fixed income themselves. But when they got home that evening after giving that $25, they really wanted to give more. So they gave me a call, they doubled their donation, and I knew that was really tough for them, but that really, truly touched my heart. You know, there were so many donors that reached deep and gave generously last year. I just want to say thank you. Since you're here, Geraldine, how about a tour? Do you want to take a look around and, talk to some of the folks?
That sounds lovely, but I know you're busy. I'll just show myself around.
Are you sure?
Sure as I'm standing here.
Or not standing here?
Hi.
Oh, hi.
Daryl, I'm Geraldine. Hey, do you mind if I ask you a few questions?
Sure, go for it.
What motivated you to become a volunteer at Veep?
There's a lot of food insecurity in the world right now. About 1 in 9 people are food insecure, and this is a great place to come give my time. They provide a great service, great volunteers here, and for me, most importantly, the people who we give the food to really appreciate it.
In what ways is Veep instrumental in helping the people it serves to reimagine their future?
It gives people one less thing to think about. When you can't feed yourself or feed your family, everything else gets put on hold as far as having a job, looking for a job, everything. So one of the things that Veep does, it gives people the opportunity to not just feed them, but feed them with nutritious food. So meats, fish, fruit, vegetables, and knowing that they can come here and get this once a month, it just helps them improve their lives.
What is it like being a part of the volunteer team?
There are a lot of people here who are retired and they serve regularly. A lot of people have their favorite jobs that they do, and they come in, they do it well. And even a lot of college or high school students during the summer, they'll come and they'll want to serve and they'll come back here as well. And so every single person here that I've met is here to give their heart and soul to the organization because they know it serves a great purpose.
So what personal sentiments would you like to share with those who donate to or are considering a donation to Veep?
There's a lot of good causes around, so I know there's a lot of places where people could give their money, but if they give their money here, I've just the smiles on people's faces as they drive away, the relief that they have when they are able to get the food, when they're able to get the services, and knowing that they can come here and provide for their family, every donation makes such a big difference.
Thanks for answering all my questions, Daryl. But more importantly, thanks for everything that you do right here at Veep.
It's been wonderful talking to you, but I'm sorry there's a lot to do out here, so I got to get to it.
Wow, wait, aren't you Geraldine Steele?
Yes, I am. Oh, and you're Jerry, the volunteer, right?
I am a volunteer.
Nice to meet you, Jerry. Hey, do you mind if I ask you a few questions?
Absolutely.
I'm wondering, in what ways is Veep instrumental in helping the people it serves reimagine their lives?
I think Veep offers the people it serves so many opportunities. Opportunities to find places to live, to eat nutritional food, to share with others. I've had many instances where they've said, my neighbor doesn't have enough to eat and you provide me with more than is necessary, so I share with them. We provide them with healthy food, balanced food, things that they can expand and make big dinners for their families. We also give them the opportunity to get out now. They haven't been able to get out. And we have our in-store pantry, a new trial program that we're using. And even when we're outside and they're driving up to get their food, I'm out there suggesting recipes when they say, what would you do with these lentils? Oh, soak them overnight and make soup.
What personal sentiments would you like to share with those who donate to or are considering a donation to Veep?
Well, I've always believed that everyone deserves a healthy meal. Everyone deserves to go to bed with a full stomach. And I think that is the biggest reason that we should all help Veep. It is such a wonderful organization for the communities that it serves.
What drives you, Jerry? What motivates you to be here?
I am so privileged to be a part of the volunteer organization here at Veep. I can't wait for my Wednesday shifts. I am so happy to be here. And my neighbors now are bringing things to my house, and I take them and we donate them. It goes back to believing that everyone deserves to eat and they deserve a healthy meal. And I wanted to be part of a community, and I feel like I'm part of a community here.
Thank you so much, Jerry. This was a blast. All that you do at Veep really matters for our community. You inspire all of us to give of our time and our treasure to help those in need. And now I need to get back to the studio, so I gotta say, see you, honey.
Whew, Jerry and Geraldine, that's just like an album, right? We ought to do that. Okay, so here's the deal. Volunteers are the heartbeat of Veep. And we are so grateful for their dedication and commitment to being difference makers to all those reimagining, rebuilding, and re-emerging. Now, joining me now to share how Veep looks to continue its innovative approach to serving our community and all those who rely on Veep, please welcome CEO Joe McDonald. Hey, Joe.
Hey, Geraldine, how are you?
I'm doing great. It's great to see you again this year. Now, you are, I have to say, Joe, I know that I have to go, and I have a jacket that I'll eventually have to get, right?
Yep.
Do you know where it is by any chance? You looking for it?
I'm sorry.
And I lost my earrings when I was traveling. I mean,
I'll look for your
goodness.
jacket.
Put the earrings on and
Okay.
I'll know you got them. All
Sounds
right,
good.
Joe, go.
Well, good evening and welcome to Veep's 2021 Gala. Tonight promises to be an entertaining evening because, as you have already seen, our MC Geraldine Steele is an amazing host with an incredible voice, which you'll hear later, and a gracious and generous heart. And I've got some talent as well, and I'll share that in a little bit. I wish we were together tonight. I know that virtual galas are the safe alternative right now, but I really, really miss people. I miss being with you. I miss those face-to-face, in-person interactions with people where you might even be able to see the piece of lettuce stuck in my teeth after the first course of our gala dinner. I am confident you will leave our gala tonight enthusiastic about our shared future and be inspired to give, because we cannot do it alone. We need you to join us in sharing that hope that comes with a place to call home and a healthy meal on the table. That hope we share is a result of individuals and businesses and faith communities, foundations, cities, schools, and civic organizations, all coming together to care for one another. We need to continue to come together as we have this year so far. In 2021, we've distributed more than 3 million pounds of foods to thousands of households through more than 22,000 food appointments. That includes our drive-through food experience, home deliveries, our mobile pantry getting back out there, and working with local schools to get healthy, nutritious food to students who struggle to get the food that they need. And then there is the amazing work of our social services team in providing financial assistance for rent and utilities, sending out more than $4.7 million in rental and utilities payments, providing much-needed relief and hope to 3,000 local children, teens, adults, and seniors. Now, statistics tell a story, but only part of the story. People tell the real story, the reality behind the statistics. And tonight you'll hear from several people who have experienced hope because of Veep. You'll hear from Chelsea, a single mom who is about to become a nurse and has relied on Veep while she's been in school to get by. You'll hear from Alina, a recent immigrant to the U.S., with 2 young children who counts on Veep to help build a sense of stability as her family gets their feet on the ground. And you've already heard from volunteers like Daryl and Jerry about how important Veep is to the community and how they feel they're part of something bigger when they spend their time at Veep. As people look to rebuild after the pandemic, Veep will continue to be there as we re-emerge together, stronger and more resilient. We know there will be great need, which is why I'm here tonight asking for your support. Home deliveries will continue to be in high demand, especially during the winter months. And speaking of the winter, we traditionally see increased numbers in our food pantry starting in November and during the holidays. The eviction moratorium has ended, exerting a big impact on the most vulnerable people in our community. We anticipate that the already too high rent costs will continue to rise in the suburbs, and people will still have to piece together multiple jobs in retail, restaurants, hotels to make it work. We know our community will need extra social services support too, in order to find housing solutions, create a financial plan, and achieve the housing stability and food security every human being deserves. We want to offer people the opportunity to get back into our pantry for in-person shopping with all the necessary health and safety measures. That's something that will start happening once a week on December 1st. And finally, we will need the staff to power all of that growth that we've experienced and will experience. We've already grown our team by 33% since the pandemic started, and we expect continued expansion to meet the high demand. So as we reimagine our future and re-emerge from the pandemic and help people rebuild, I'm asking for your support tonight to continue the good work that's happening and to bring that hope and strength and stability to our neighbors. So go ahead and enjoy an appetizer or your meal there at home, grab a beverage, and make sure you have your credit card ready. And check out what we've experienced in 2021, and then bid on our amazing auction items and give a donation by the end of the gala. And I just want to say thank you in advance for your financial support this evening. And with that, I'm going to turn it back over to Geraldine Steele.
Oh, well, actually, Joe, I need to get back over to Bloomington because you know I'm doing this fabulous Veep tour.
Well, I could give you a lift if you want.
Oh, that's very kind, but actually, I got this.
Really, it's not a problem. I could have you there in a... Geraldine? Geraldine?
Ooh, he's gonna be looking for me for a while. But in the meantime, we have some people that we want you to meet.
I was hungry. I didn't have enough income at that time to feed myself properly. I have no children, no husband, and I'm on my own, and I'm disabled.
I do remember those nights where I was like, I don't know how I'm gonna pay for this bill or that bill, or You know, like I remember one time, like my child's father, the time he was abusive and I left him, and like I didn't have any money for like formula, and I remember grounding up like strawberries and water, you know, because I looked online to see like what could I feed her because I didn't have money.
When you're new in country and you still need to do paperwork for found job, you then another problem coming like baby, or like for me it's baby. I can't go work right now because of baby.
So what did it mean to know that Veep was here and willing to assist as you reimagined your future?
You know, when I born my first son, I'm very worried about how to feed him because I can't breastfeed him. And for breastfeed mom, it's very important to eat good. So I'm very scary how I gonna buy formula, how I gonna buy diapers, how I gonna feed she. And when I found you guys, I understand I can do it.
I definitely knew I had come to the right place. Initially, I was a bit like ashamed, embarrassed, because I have never, I had never been on government assistance. I didn't grow up on government assistance, and being a single parent at the time when I had my daughter, I needed, I believe I needed rental assistance. And Veep helped me pay my rent. They set me up with resources in terms of the food pantry. They were just a great help, and they didn't make me feel ashamed. They made me feel comfortable and like, hey, this happens to people all the time. We have people from all walks of life in here, so just know that it's okay, we're here, we got you.
In what ways has your day-to-day life changed because of Veep?
I met Veep 3 years ago when I immigration in USA, and Veep do a lot for me because when I need food, when I don't have my baby, I have first son, it's very helped me to survive. And I'm very thankful to Veep because you guys do a lot for people who need it, people who can't work right now, like me now with baby, or people who old and they need to food, but they can't visit supermarket because of money. I'm very happy you guys open for people who need help. I visit a couple food banks in my life when I come in USA, but you guys the best.
Veep is family. You got the elders in the back and the front. You know, that's grandmas and grandpas. You got aunties and uncles and cousins and friends here because they care about me and hundreds of thousands of others. I come in, I feel like I got love. Not only am I being fed food, I'm being fed love, respect, and kindness. I'm not treated down or looked down upon because I'm hungry. They help heal me in many different ways by coming here. This is family.
So my daughter's name is Naraya. I would tell her that, you know, it's a place that we go to and they help us out. You know, they help us with food, and they help mommy when she just can't, you know, make it. And if she asks me what that meant, well, sometimes, you know, mommy finds life a little bit trying and difficult. And sometimes mommy has a bad time in life, and Veep helps mommy whenever she's having a bad time. It helps her have a good time.
Thank you for helping us. Bless you.
It's really saved my life because we'll be surprised how many help for free we can get and survive like normal people. Don't need anything else.
Oh, hi, Emily. You are adorable. Can I have a hug?
Oh, who snapped me back here? Oh my gosh.
Geraldine, I found it. I didn't find your earrings, but I found your jacket.
You found my jacket. Thank you, Joe. Oh my goodness. You know, that little Emily is not only adorable and magical, but thanks to Veep, her future is as bright as her inquisitive eyes, just beautiful. And it is our sincere hope that all of those who Veep serves are on the path to a brighter future.
Well, tonight we can do our part to ensure that Veep continues to meet the needs of thousands of people in our community as they look to rebuild. And with the holidays fast approaching, we will most certainly see an uptick in the amount of food needed to serve those who rely on us. Every donation makes a difference. You know, a gift of only $30 can feed one person for an entire month, $120 can feed a family of 4 for that month, and $500 can feed 17 people for an entire month. Each gift received also allows Veep to continue food delivery services for our neighbors who aren't able to leave their homes. And making your donation is so easy to do. You can either text VEEP, V-E-A-P, to 56651, or you can click the green donate button in ClickBid.
Now here's the good news. The pantry will reopen to in-person shopping with the initial rollout starting on December 1st. But here's the not so good news. The eviction moratorium is over, and more case management is needed to help people find housing solutions and help plan for their financial health. And speaking of homes, in just the past year, despite the waning of the pandemic, the average rental grant went from $1,200 to $1,600. So, tonight, a gift of $1,600 can help keep another family in their home for another month.
Yeah, Geraldine, and donations made tonight also assure our Veep volunteers can continue to be safe and warm during the cold days ahead in the winter, as we once again winterize our outdoor drive-up area. Now, you know, Veep has distributed over 3 million pounds of food already, and we will distribute a lot more by the end of December. And it's your gifts that allow us to provide that gift of food to hundreds of people every single week, with 9 out of every $10 we receive going directly into our programming.
We are exceedingly grateful for our supporters who have already committed their gifts. We have 2 amazing kickoff gifts. Bob and Sally Purvis are getting the rebuilding started with an extraordinary gift of $10,000 in addition to their sponsorship tonight. Wow, that seriously is amazing. And they are accompanied by another donor who is also supporting us with $10,000. Thank you so much for donating.
That is incredible. And Geraldine, straight from your lips, that makes $20,000 to get us started. And I am pleased to share that we have just received another single gift of $20,000 to match that. That is incredible. Is there anybody else? Yes.
That's amazing.
Is there anybody else who can come in at $20,000? Or perhaps $10,000, which you can always make into $5,000 gifts, which is what just happened, Geraldine. Dion Evans made a $5,000 gift, and we've also received another $5,000 gift from an anonymous donor. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And the giving keeps on going. We just received a gift from Keith Mulbin and Ross Widmoyer as well. Thank you again so much.
You can make a donation tonight by texting VEAP to 56651. That's 56651. Or if you've been bidding on the auction, you can click the green donate button and click bid.
Well, at this time, as you consider supporting our important and life reimagining work, please enjoy the vocal talents of Geraldine Steele and her breathtaking rendition of Never Enough.
We're trying to re-emerge. Won't let it stay this way. Can't let this be the end. We're part of this dream, you see. Getting closer now. Can you feel that reimagining? Take my hand and share the track with me. We're not starting without you. All the hopes of 1,000 households, all the dreams we see in a child's eye might not be enough. The journey is so tough. All they do might be too little. Scrape and sweat to change their world might not be enough. Might not be enough. So let's leave whoever and wherever and
Now I have goosebumps.
You want my jacket?
No, my jacket will be fine. Thank you, though. But I do want to pass on some great news while Geraldine was sharing her amazing gift, her voice. While you were sharing your incredible gift of song, Geraldine, others were sharing the incredible gift of generosity. I just want to give you a quick update and read some of the names of people who have been giving. Thank you to Patricia and Pamela, Rebecca, Janet, Lisa, Pat and Jeff, Dean and Shannon, Debbie, Anne-Marie and Tom, and so many more. Thank you, thank you, thank you for continuing to give. And just one more reminder, or actually we'll remind you more than just once, but you can give by texting VEAP, VEAP to 56651, or again, you can click the green donate button in ClickBid.
My goodness, I am truly blown away by the generosity of this online community. Thank you all so much.
Yes, I agree. It's just incredible. I was also checking in on where we stand in terms of our silent auction, which closes promptly at 9 p.m. this evening. The link to the auction is veep.cbo.io, and it's displayed on the screen. And Geraldine, there are a few items that I feel compelled to talk about, and I want to start with item number 310, where you can host an amazing meal at Baccio. This truly is a memorable dining experience made possible by Baccio and their executive chef, Mike Zinser. You start with a social time of specialty cocktails and past hors d'oeuvres, followed by a custom 5-course meal. Baccio will work with you to determine the menu to your taste and liking, complete with wine pairings for you and 9 of your guests. Geraldine, what's the current bid on that item?
Wow, already it's at $1,400. That's $1,400. But if you want to take 9, eat fine, and drink wine, you're going to have to fire up your bid and get cooking. And speaking of cooking, how would you like to learn how to cook an amazingly delicious Indian meal from start to finish with author and Indian food blogger Mish Sen right in the Veep kitchen? If you're the top bidder, you and 7 other guests will get hands-on advice about how to bring together a perfectly authentic dinner featuring curry, pulao, mango lassi, dessert, and wine. Oh my. The current bid is at $1,400. So you better hurry so you can bring home the curry. Hurry, curry. Oh man, what's happening to me?
Well, tell me if you've heard this one. 20 people walk into a brewery. Well, actually, this is not a joke. Our next item is for craft beer lovers. This package includes an exclusive private event for up to 20 people at the Minneapolis-based Wooden Ship Brewery. 2 beers per person is included alongside a brief tour and overview of the beer brewing process. Let's see where the bid stands. Right now, we're at $320, and come on, we can do better than that. Trust me. If you're the top bidder on this item, you will be so happy. And that's right, I said happy, and that's my talent, bad jokes.
Bad jokes. That's not your gift, honey. Oh, by the way, Mish Sen dinner is going right now for $625. So make sure you get involved. Now, for our final premiere auction item, I'm just gonna wing it. Let's see. Imagine climbing aboard a Piper Archer airplane and getting a first-class view of the Twin Cities and surrounding areas. And from up where troubles melt like lemon drops, away above the chimney tops. Okay, I got carried away. This spectacular 60-minute getaway is good for 2 passengers. And if you want to land this item, that's adorable, you're gonna need a bona fide claim check.
Well, you know, Geraldine, we really could not do this critical work tonight without the amazing support of our sponsors. First and foremost, we want to thank our presenting sponsor, Western National Insurance, for your immeasurable contribution and partnership.
We'd also like to extend a big thank you to our platinum level sponsor, Nelmac Family Partnership. You make such a big difference.
And they certainly do. And to our gold sponsors, 3M Open and R.E. Purvis and Associates, we so appreciate your backing and your support.
And to Robert and Sally Purvis and SFM, our silver sponsors, you make our hearts full.
And to our bronze sponsors, Centerpoint Energy, Stage Time Productions, AVEX, and Excel Energy, and our table sponsor, BMO Harris Bank. We are eternally grateful. And while I'm thanking people, I would be woefully remiss to not recognize and appreciate our incredible staff, our amazing volunteers, and our committed community partners who have joined together to help us have a huge impact in our community over the past 18 months. And finally, our sincere gratitude to our neighbors for sharing your Veep stories with us tonight and for trusting us to provide the food and housing assistance that we truly hope enables you to reimagine, rebuild, and reemerge.
You know, Joe, sometimes it only takes a gentle reminder, a little nudge, to let people know it's time to wake up so we can together make the world a better place.
That is so true.
So true. Enjoy. Wake up, everybody. No more sleeping in bed. No more backward thinking. Time for thinking ahead. The world has changed so very much from what it used to be. There is so much need for food and so much insecurity. Wake up, all, wake up, all, wake up, all. Wake up, all the volunteers, and you will truly see open hearts and open minds here for you and me. 'Cause they're the ones who are stepping up, the future's in their hands, always treating their fellow man the very best they can. Oh, the world won't get no better if we just let it be. Oh yeah, the world won't get no better. We gotta change it, yeah, you and me. Wake up all the donors, that's where we begin. They're the ones who are digging deep, the feet they're pitching in, helping people to rebuild each and every day. With each and every dollar, problems slowly go away. Yeah. Wake up the world community, the time is at hand. We can be the difference if we all lend a helping hand. The only thing we have to do is see ourselves as one. Surely things will work out, though our work is never done. Oh, the world won't get no better if we just let it be. Oh, no, no, no. The world